my sister, she says, then I don't know if I agree. I disagree, I think, but she says that my music is not pop, but she says that I am.
That's what I'm saying. That's the theory that I was saying.
I disagree.
Why?
Because I want to think that my music is pop. There has to exist another way of making pop. Björk proved it. Kate Bush proved it. Yeah. I need to think that what I'm doing is pop. Because otherwise, I don't think then that I am succeeding.
Welcome to the New York Times Popcast, your deepest duende of music news and criticism. I'm John Caramonica, and I'm the critic.
I'm Joe Coscarelli, and I'm the reporter.
I'm Rosalía, and I'm here today with you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Like literally on some days, Joe.
Some days.
On some days, I think, is this person the only good pop star?
Ooh.
Some days I
no
think.
pressure.
No, I'm sorry.
That's a big statement
but
right
it has
there.
to be said. It has to be said.
Damn.
There are days that I genuinely feel it. You know when I felt that? Not to jump ahead in the conversation, when I walked out of the Motomami tour.
Yeah.
I was just like, no one else is good. No one else is good. I'm sorry.
Really buttering you up to
here,
just
I'm
get
not
going.
even. I don't. You know, I don't
It's true.
I don't do. I don't over-index.
Yeah.
And we've had many of my favorite people on this. But some days I'm just like, is there only one good pop star, and is it Rosalía? That's all I'm here to say. Rosalía has had an ambitious, widely varied, and ultimately profoundly successful career, starting as a radical flamenco singer, turning into one of the biggest Spanish language pop stars on the planet.
She broke out in 2018 with the release of El Mar Querer, her baccalaureate project at school. She went on to win the Latin Grammy for Album of the Year, as did its follow-up, Motomami, which explored Caribbean traditions in reggaeton and beyond.
Her fourth album is called Lux. It is, I don't want to say totally unlike everything that preceded it, but it certainly is on its own wave and its own rhythm.
¿Quién pudiera venir de esta tierra y entrar en el cielo y volver a la tierra? Que entre la tierra y el cielo nunca hubiera suelo.
It features an appearance by Björk and extremely lush string arrangements. This album contains lyrics in 13 different languages, including Spanish, English, Ukrainian, and Latin, all performed by Rosalía herself.
My main takeaway from that is study up. Rosalía is here. Welcome to Popcast.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much.
It's big spill, but it's true spill.
We both had the experience of being some of the first people to listen to your new album, Lux, which is...
Basically, yeah, you guys have been the mainly the first people outside of my family and my team. And this is the first interview.
I did. We were told
to turn the lights down.
Listen to it in the dark.
Yes.
And focus on the lyrics.
Beautiful, yes.
You sing in 13 languages on the album.
Yeah.
After a career of singing mostly in Spanish. It's your fourth album. You've swerved every time. I remember...
What swerved?
Swerved, meaning...
Like, kind of like going like this.
Curvado.
Like this.
Yes.
Like some people in their careers, they go straight.
Yes.
Some people
go backwards.
Some people go in reverse.
That's true.
And some people swerve. I had this experience with you a couple years ago on Motomami. We sat down, we listened to it for the first time. You talked me through the songs. I didn't know what to expect. That album was influenced by your time spent in the Caribbean, by all sorts of Latin diaspora music, but specifically from the islands. A lot of reggaeton, but also Burial and Soulja Boy and traditional ballads. And that felt avant-garde for pop music. All of which is to say, we pressing play on Lux and had no idea what to expect. How would you describe what we heard?
I can tell you what we texted each
And
other.
then we'll
tell you what we texted each other.
I would love to know what you guys think, because to me it's been 3 years of working in a completely different project than I've ever done before. This was completely different. And it was kind of scary, to like be like, okay, let's just try this. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm just going to do this jump, going to try this.
And each project obviously feels like a full palette cleanse from the prior project.
Yes.
But I wonder about any fear associated with the blank canvas. Because,
Always.
like I said, some artists, they stay in place album to album. Some artists, like I said, they go backwards. They dig back into their own catalogs and remake ideas. If you're starting with a true blank canvas,
yes,
where does that inner sense of confidence that, like, I know nothing's here now, but I know when I'm done, like it's going to be on. Like what? Tell me about that sensation.
I think there's something about a white canvas that it's always que de alguna manera impresiona, da impresión, como que, it's like looking into an abyss.
Yeah.
That's always like, I start sweating. I start like cold sweat in front of that. But at the same time, I think there's something that it even makes me feel more uncomfortable, which would be to stay still and actually not do that exercise.
Does any of it come from rejection isn't the right word, but a satisfaction of like whatever I did last time, I just absolutely cannot even think of engaging with it again.
No, that's the past. That's the past.
100%.
Yes, because everything is in constant movement, right? So if I think about me, I'm always in constant change. Why then my sound shouldn't change with me? Like it doesn't make sense to stay stuck to whatever I've done before. I think that's the best way I can honor being a musician.
So it is rejection, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And don't mean that I don't have love for the previous projects or that I'm not grateful for it. But no, it's what's next. Like I think that there has to be other ways of making songs always. We have to find them, at least try to find them,
And it's not only a rejection of your own work that came before, but seems to be you looking at the pop landscape and saying implicitly or explicitly, we're not doing enough. We're not pushing
at least to me,
hard enough.
I don't know about the rest. I don't look to the outside that much, but more like what am I not doing? What I have not done yet? What do I need to do? And I think that my favorite artists maybe are the ones who don't give you what you want, but what you need.
Right. And I wanted to read this line from an old Rolling Stone review of Björk's work. Björk appears on your project.
Yes.
Her opening line is, "This is divine intervention." That feels very much like she is reaching through space and time, putting her hand on your shoulder as a godmother.
The sea, like she's como partiendo el mar.
And she's doing a bit of torch passing here. So
benediction.
This was written as, she's the world's most successful avant-garde musician, the person who turns everyone else's difficult listening experiments into pop praxis. That to me feels like a summation of what you're trying to do here. And I think this term avant-garde pop gets thrown around a lot. But when I pressed play on Lux, I was like, oh, this reminds me of being a teenager and hearing Vespertine for the first time.
Ew.
This reminds me of being a young adult and hearing Yeezus for the first time. These are lofty terms in a pop music conversation, but like it feels like you slam those two things together. You collaborated with people who had hands in each of those projects, so that it feels quite explicit in some ways. But do you relate to this idea of the avant-garde in a popular music package? Because I think that has been a bit of your project along the way. Do you relate to the label of an avant-garde pop star?
Oh God, in general, I don't relate to many labels. I don't relate to many isms. I don't relate to many of those things or those terms. I think that I just try to be a musician the best way I can.
So
And
take us
push in experimentation. Like that's literally like going to the studio or staying at home just writing lyrics for a year, if that's what it means, or just waking up early, sleeping barely nothing to go to the studio and stay for 14 hours working on mixes and not even having them never perfect enough, but still you abandon the project because there's no other way. Like that's what it is to me, you know, like just doing that, which I think is a job at the end of the day that it can be as any other. And you guys, you are the good ones and putting, you know, a label to it, if that is.
I mean, I think like labels, I find they help.
Helpful, yeah.
And they help other people understand,
Yeah.
but often the people who are labeled sort of say, what are we doing?
Get off
here?
me with
What are we
that.
doing
Yeah.
here?
No, but it's because don't you feel like as a person, because you're always changing.
course.
So the concept of identity, like if you accept a label, you accept a word, you decide that this is who you are. There's a rigidness in that, and so the possible change or progress that can exist, it can be limited because of it, just because of the use of words. Like words are so strong, they have so much power, they're like God spell, they're spells, you know, like so you need to be aware of which words you choose, how you use them. And that's why maybe I just always try to, you know, like not have to use too many words.
Well, talk to us about it in practical terms. So this album, when you press play on it, it's grand. It's strings everywhere. You worked with the London Symphonic Orchestra.
Yes. The LSO, yes.
It's highly arranged.
Yes.
It's operatic.
Thundering.
You know, it's
Thundering.
Yeah.
What's thundering?
Thundering, like thundering from the sky. Like when the
There's
sky...
a verticality,
light,
an
yes,
intention
like
of
lightning is the light
verticality.
from the sky and thunder is the sound.
Beautiful. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that it has this intention of verticality. Some other projects felt a little bit more like we are in something more horizontal
Sure.
and a more mundane type of energy. But here there was this seeking, hoping to connect in a more vertical way, if that makes sense.
And when you say vertical, you mean between the material realm and something more astral and spiritual?
Yes.
From there? Okay.
So
Yeah.
and that's what comes out of the music, but I'm interested in where that begins, because obviously it doesn't start with an orchestra.
Right.
Where does it begin? Is it you at a piano with a guitar with a voice note? Like, where do these ideas grow from?
I think I've been trying to wrap my head around the fact that I don't know when it begins.
Oh, there is no beginning.
I don't think that I don't think I can say when this started, because I think, first of all, because I studied music in un conservatorio de música, that classical music was always around. When you would walk in the hallway, el corredor, ¿cómo se dice? El pasillo.
Yeah.
You would always be listening to classical music. So that would be there. And then I think that I've always had a desire of, how can I get close to God? How can I get closer to God? That spiritual feeling has always been there. It's just that I haven't rationalized it or tried to intellectualize it, if that makes sense. It's been now the first time that I was like, okay, after Motomami, am I gonna do another project? And what do I need to explore? What do I need to read? What do I feel like I need to nurture myself with? Because at the end of the day, making albums for me is like excuses to do what I actually want to be doing. And in this case, I wanted to just read more. It's been a long time that I wasn't reading as much as I would like to. And that to listen music that I always wanted to go deeper on and, study more. And that
so you
was
approached
just the
it like a
excuse.
research project in some way.
Absolutely.
So what were you reading?
Absolutely. Hagiografías. So many hagiografías. Simone Weil, Chris Kraus, so much of all these.
Feminist theory.
Yes, and also a lot of these women that they are influences on the project, that you can find some of their stories or an inspiration in their stories. It's part of the album. I was reading them. They were like poets, these nuns. They were amazing poets, or they were great artists. Hildegard von Bingen, she was like a polymata, right? She was like able to create in so many ways, from music but using also the words in a certain way, you know, the visions and everything. Like, it's just fascinating to me. There's so many amazing women in history that we don't listen enough. We don't talk about enough. And there's some of those stories are being the inspiration for me in the project.
There was some masculine energy in Motomami to balance out the feminine. Like, do you think of this as a distinctly feminine project?
I like that you say that. I think that there's more of the main inspiration is feminine mystique. So then for sure there's more feminine energy into it. And also the idea of being a vessel. But in the way where I was reading the other day, this woman, she explains it so well, Ursula. She says that maybe the first cultural device in history was not a weapon. It was not something sharp to kill something. Maybe it was a vessel. Maybe it was something where you can put things into, where you can gather things. You can see something beautiful and then you want to save it. Or it's a bag where you can put things that you want to eat after, you know? And so she was saying that there's this difference between masculine writing and feminine writing. She says that the masculine writing is about the hero, the triumphs of this hero. And if the hero is not in the story, then it's not a good story. And it's all about the conflict in the narrative. While it's amazing to me that she says that the feminine writing, it's more about an ongoing process. It's not about the climax and then the resolution. It's not about that. And it's about maybe not a hero, it's a person with its delusions and transformations and all the things that this person has losses. And also I think that it's very interesting where she explains it as it's a vessel where you can gather. All these stories can exist there. You know, it's not about me, I. It's more about how can we make more space for all of this that has happened before to exist in it too. Like the rapper is the masculine writing. You know, you can always hear the ego trip.
The tragic hero.
Yes, and what he has to go through, you know, and all of that. And there's another way of writing, which can be, let me make space for all of those other things.
It's interesting to hear you talk about masculine versus feminine on the last album and this album.
Yeah.
I felt slightly differently, which was, I feel like the last album is you reaching out to the world. You having access to resources and new ideas. And it's you saying, how do I take my project, my ideas, my vision, but also put it in a way that loads of people can find access into and find a touch point with.
Yes.
Whereas this album, I feel you're trying to bring the world to you. It's different.
I agree.
And that to me, like in those moments.
That's feminine.
So maybe it's the same note.
Just feminine energy. I agree.
I think what you, in the prior two albums, have been trying to reconcile is coming from a sort of robust cultural tradition, wanting to break those rules, getting acclaim, and then saying, what do I do with this added attention and responsibility and success? How do I then use that in a way that's powerful? And I feel like the last two albums, of Motomami especially, was I'm going to put everything I have into things that are for all the people. And then that blank slate, I can imagine the first thing you're thinking on that blank slate is, it's got to be back here. I have to pull it back here.
Yes, and also I love that you say that because the other day I was thinking I made an album from a very different place than I've ever done before. I was hearing this man, he was saying that, I don't remember his name then, I don't remember how he was called, but he was saying that there's just two different type of confidence. The one that it's based on the belief that you're gonna have success and be successful. Como kind of por mis cojones, we say, right? So you kind of like pushing whatever you do, whatever you have to do. And with your energy, you push as much as you need to in order to get that. Well, there's another confidence, which maybe is the lack of fear of failure. I was explaining to my friend, I was saying, I think there's this surrender and incondicionalidad in this approach. I think it's the first time that I allowed myself to make an album from this place. Complete surrender of this is what I actually needed to say and sing about and do.
And also with the last album and also the string of singles that kind of pepper around, like your Collaborators of the world and the Ozuna collabs and all those. Part of that is saying, well, I have access to this whole ocean now. I can be anywhere. No, but I can be anywhere with anyone, do all these things. The thing that I was immediately struck by is I was like, there's none of that on this album. It's like we just put the noise canceling headphones on and just said, how do we go away?
Completely, because obviously I grew up with so much reggaeton when I was young, and I would be listening to it so much when I would go out, etc. So that music I love and I still love. But I was like, there has to also be a sound that I haven't como que me he acercado yet. I had the desire of making an album inspired in classical music for a long time.
Do you feel like it's as much in a classical tradition, if not more, than in a pop tradition? Because you do marry the two. We're speaking about it in very lofty terms, but there's a few bangers on here.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that you say that. Tell them.
Who do we got to call? Do we call someone at the label?
Was there the conversation?
I'm so glad that you're saying that because that's what I think.
It's obvious.
But then some of my friends, I've showed them and they're like, Rosalía, this is not pop album. And I'm like, yes, it is.
But you have to dig through the forest to find it. You have to go on the journey.
I think it is, though.
Can I just say words that I typed out while listening to this album? Porcelain goes crazy.
Thank
Pearl
you.
goes crazy.
That stretch in the middle
goes crazy.
Yeah. God is a stalker. Like these are like,
who do we got to call?
En tus sueños, cazadora, una sniper, francotiradora, la culpable, la que te sube la adrenalina, doblo contigo todas las esquinas.
But I think you balance it very well. And I'm wondering if you think at all, I had this experience, right? We're lucky enough to be able to do this for our jobs. This is an album that is dense, to say the least.
I think you're right.
It is an hour long and it is meant to be listened to from front to back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did it cross your mind? Like, it is a lot to ask of someone, especially when we get to speaking about the way you use language on this album. Like, your average listener, even if they're a Spanish speaker, will not be picking up every single word on this album. Do you think that you're asking a lot of your audience to be able to absorb this?
Absolutely, I am. But I think that the more we are in the era of dopamine, the more I want the opposite. At least that's what I want, That's what I'm craving. Sometimes I'm able to make the exercise of just shutting everything down and just watching a movie in dark space in my room.
But that is hard without looking at your phone.
100%. It's so hard. But that's why I'm like, there has to be something that pulls us here and there, Like, I don't know if this is going to be that, but at least there's the desire of being something that just pulls you to be focused for hopefully an hour where you're just there. And I know it's a lot to ask, but that's what I want. I mean, maybe there's also there's songs that haunt you, like a fucking ghost. As soon as you hear them, it's like they are in your head, como que you cannot, like a virus or some shit like that. And then there's other songs that they just help you release something. And maybe the first one, you're going to hear for the first time and you're going to remember the melody right away. But maybe the second one is the one that you're never going to forget how it made you feel because it helped you unlock something. So I think that maybe if there's hopefully some songs that help you have something freer inside you when you hear this album, then that's all I could wish for.
Talk to me about the mechanics of learning to sing in 13 languages. How much studying and practice does that take? And does it involve artificial intelligence?
It's a lot of trying to understand how other languages work. It's a lot of intuition also, and trying to be like, okay, I'm going to just write and let's see how this will sound in another language. Google Translate, and let's see this word, how this word is said. Okay, let me check with somebody who actually is a translator. Does this make sense? If I rhyme this with this, does this make sense? No, this actually doesn't make sense. Okay, let me rephrase it. So back and forth constant backs and forth, like for an entire year, just dedicated on lyrics and phonetics, calling with teachers who could teach me how to like say it properly, do the phonetics right, sending it the songs to them and being like, hey, did I say this right? No, okay, let me check, let me re-record it, as if I don't re-record enough. As if I don't record enough.
We're only first take here. We
yeah,
just do one.
So like how many, I mean like how many takes?
That's my fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
that's,
take.
that's my biggest fantasy.
Yeah, you can be a SoundCloud rapper. There's
Yeah,
still time.
exactly.
You
Making
know?
an album with just one take.
But like how many takes? If, you know, there's lines in Latin, there's lines in Sicilian, there are lines in, you know, in German here, in Ukrainian. Like how many attempts are we talking?
I lost count. For 2 years and a half I've been doing this album. I've lost count. I've had to record, reread, re-record, rewrite, re-record, rewrite, then put the pieces together. It's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle, like a labyrinth. So it was it was very tricky, but it was also very rewarding to finish it and be like, okay, I'm in peace now.
And was there any digital augmentation to the pronunciation? Like
what?
Like making sure there was
with the mix, you mean?
No,
no,
like with
using
AI, using AI to make sure your accent is correct.
nail the pronunciation.
No.
It's all natural.
Yes.
Like it's all practice,
human.
Research and practice.
Yes, very much human.
Is it a similar process if we're going to go back 10 years, learning flamenco, the way that you learned flamenco, you studied it? Is this just an extension to you of that?
It's absolutely an extension of that. I think if I made this album is because of the love and curiosity, wanting to learn other languages, wanting to understand better the other.
Yeah.
You know, Simone Weil, she says, love is to love the distance between ourselves and the loved object, something like that, because my English is not the best. And I think it's true, like trying to understand the other better. Through understanding the other better, maybe you can understand yourself better and you can learn how to love better.
Is there something almost mischievous about the way you tackle language on this album? Like throughout your career, the simple question is, Rosalía is going to cross over. Eventually she'll sing in English. Eventually she'll put out a single in English. Again, you've done little bits and pieces over the years. The flip side of that is Rosalía, she's a cultural appropriator. She's taking from other cultures that aren't hers and capitalizing on it. This is sort of you saying, not only am I not going to just put out an English pop song, I'm going to put out a Ukrainian pop song, and this whole world belongs to me. Like I can, in fact, learn enough in all of these traditions that I can turn around this idea that I shouldn't be singing in this language or I should be singing in this language. Like, is there a part of you that feels like rebellious to those criticisms to say, all right, well,
I'm rebellious in general, okay? Let's say that let's say that. Okay, that's for sure. I'm rebellious. But I think it's more about I belong to the world. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm not, yo no soy tan mía como del mundo. Es como que, no sé, me encanta viajar. I love learning from other humans in general. And why would I not try to learn another language and try to sing in another language and try to like expand the way I can be a singer or a musician or an artist? The world is so connected. The entire world is so connected. Why would I put una venda en mis ojos and you know, it don't make any sense.
Do you think of it as a narrative?
In the whole album, there's a whole narrative, yes. There's like 4 movements. I think there's a journey, but there's also, in each song you can find different voices. It's like in opera, there's not just one voice, there's different voices. And so in Berghain, you can find some inspiration in Hildegard von Bingen, but then there's also Bimala. She was a nun, that she was one of the first nuns who was a poet in the India that she wrote for in this book that it was called Terigata. And basically, that woman, she was a prostitute. That's a very different idea of what the life of a saint is. In the Madrugá, there's Santa Olga de Kiev, inspiration in Santa Olga de Kiev. Santa Olga de Kiev, she was una gobernante, and she basically sent so many men to be killed. That's not maybe a story of a saint that we are used to hear. So I understood through making this album, it helped me expand my idea of what sainthood is. Because I come from a Catholic background, I would think that sainthood is very specific, like you have to go through certain process in order to be canonizado, blah, blah, blah.
It's about purity.
They have a very specific way of considering somebody a saint or not, but then in other cultures it's different. And it's interesting that in Judaism maybe the closest is Miriam. She was una mujer profeta, una mujer que lideró, and she guided an entire pueblo, and very rebellious. And that's what it's considered maybe in Judaism the closest to an idea of sainthood. But it's different in each culture. And I really liked it to learn this in this project.
I wonder, in choosing the languages and in choosing which language to go with which sentiment,
Yep.
how obvious was it to you that, this should be in German, this should be, or did you try different languages for different ideas?
Yes.
You tried different languages.
Yes, I tried different languages for different ideas. And for me, the use of languages is very much intentional with the story that I'm referencing or that there's inspiration with. If I sing in German, it's because of there's inspiration in Hildegard von Bingen. If I sing in Spanish, in Sauvignon Blanc,
yo beberé Sauvignon Blanc a tu lado, mi futuro será dorado, ya no tengo miedo del pasado.
is because there's inspiration in Santa Teresa de Jesús and the fact that she decided to despojarse de todo lo material, and apparently she came from money, but she decided to get rid of all the material stuff and, pursue another type of life and another path. And it's about that, the languages and the stories that in each song it's trying to be referenced, but not all the way, not too explicit. But it really helped me to make these songs.
Also, Joe was mentioning that in some ways you're asking a lot of your fans. And we've talked to various artists who perform.
Because they can, though.
No, they should. No, first of all, if you're a good fan, you'll pay attention. That's one thing. That's important.
Yeah, you stand, prove it.
Yes, exactly. Standing is labor.
Learn Arabic.
Standing is labor.
Learn Arabic.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like we were here with Bad Bunny once, and we were talking about how a lot of his fans don't speak Spanish or don't speak a lot of Spanish. And we asked him, did he feel any obligation or worry that they don't understand exactly what he's saying?
That's something
he
some
said,
of his sentiments were going over their head.
Go over their head.
Right. Yeah.
And he sang something into the microphone and said,
I don't care.
Something like that, literally.
He was like,
that sounds very much like Benito.
IDGAF.
Yeah.
And also he said something also funny, which was like, there's plenty of people who speak perfect Spanish who also have no idea what I'm talking about half the time.
Right.
But given that the narrative through line is very intentional and powerful,
I think I'm the opposite as Benito. I think I'm like, I care. I care so much that definitely I'm gonna even make the effort to sing in a language that is not my language, it's not my comfort zone.
But then what about the fans who don't speak that language? How do you?
Oh, but at least there's 13 languages. I hope there's a little something, or hopefully there's translation.
But I was thinking, like, this is such a words-based project. You want to be conveying lyrics and emotions and poetry.
Absolutely.
And so the way that we experienced this album was on a very simple background, an English translation of every lyric on the screen with the language that it's being sung in.
Yeah, that would be the ideal way.
Do you want people to engage with it while looking at a translation, or will there be visuals attached and you want them to be completely immersed, or will it be a choose your own adventure?
I think choose your own adventure. Always choose your own adventure. However you need to hear it. But for sure what I can say is this is an album that kind of like the music was the excuse to say and use these words. While most of the times I think it's the words are an excuse to make an album, right? Most of the times I can see that it happened like that in so many records that you can tell like the lyrics were not the center. But in this project, yes. En el principio era el verbo y el verbo era con Dios y el verbo era Dios. It's about the words. It's about la palabra.
And there are some wild words on this album. No, I mean, just a few things that I just jotted down. Okay.
A ver.
Emotional terrorist.
Oh!
We should talk about the pearl at some point.
Pleasure anesthetizes my pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bar. I'll be your relic.
I'll be your relic.
Even now.
Are you just sitting in a quiet, dark room channeling and like letting the words just like come down from
Sounds
the
like
sky?
she's doing a lot of reading.
Yes.
Listen, I love that you say that, but there's like different ways where all these words come.
Yeah.
Of course, reading, it's very important. If you don't read, then you don't ampliar tu vocabulario, then you might not think about relic being used in a song.
A lot of musicians and also writers could stand to read a little more.
Real talk.
Open a book, thank
Really,
you.
seriously.
For real, though.
Open the schools and open a book.
Sometimes you don't have the time, I understand this life, it's, the modern life, damn, it's very fast.
Got podcasts to watch.
Yeah.
and by the way, I think that podcast nowadays there's so much rise of the podcasts. No, why do you guys think is that? Because
because you can you can achieve it passively, so
audio.
You can be doing something else.
And it's like, we're going back to the Socratic era? La dialéctica. Instead of people don't want to like be reading no more. They're like, let's just talk about things until we get to the truth.
Yeah, or not.
Or not.
Or to the opposite of
Yeah,
that.
some people do not wish to
just talk
about
some
Yes, that too.
No?
But I think that people, we went through a period, I think, in pop music in the 2000s and 2010s, when artists became more and more remote. How can I give less? And then even less than that. And then even less than that. To the point of, what if there isn't, like, the artist is gone? I'm Frank Ocean. I'm in Japan. I'm nowhere. Right? I'm gone. And I think a new generation of younger artists who grew up on their phone and who grew up in social media are thinking to themselves, well, if I wasn't a famous person, I'd be making videos. I'd be sharing my thoughts. Why should that be different just because I'm famous? So they start getting comfortable again talking.
That makes sense. And I think that there's something so enjoyable about just conversation. Instead of like the classic interview, question, answer. No, it's much better. It's much more fluid when it's like this. So thank you.
Working on it.
Thank you. But going back to what you were saying of how to come up with the lyrics.
Yeah, no, where are the words?
There's some of like just words coming.
They just fall.
Yes. Like literally, just like out of the blue, I think about certain word and I'm like, why it's this word repeating in my head?
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there and let me pull this thread. And then there's something also about laying that it really helps me, which is laying in bed. And I almost feel a little bit like physically not well or something. When I write, like it really drains me a lot and I have to lay.
You do a lot of writing horizontally.
No. I need to do it horizontally. Like if I sit in front of a table and try to do the job, nothing will come.
Yeah.
Like nothing. When I say nothing is nothing, like good, nothing good. Yes, I will write, but I will write trash. The only way that I can write lyrics, it's laying on a bed. It's like a lethargic kind of feeling.
It also softens the barrier. I mean, as a writer, I don't know about your writing.
You get a little bit more like dreamy or sleepy, and then you're like...
Things can... I know this sounds silly, but sometimes when I'm writing and I am trying to come up with a description, I would just literally like the most relaxed chair I can find, close my eyes and almost go like this and kind of just like see if the words will find its way into me.
I love that.
Well, this is real.
I also learned recently that John writes on his belly sometimes.
I do.
Legs kicking up in the air like a schoolgirl on her
chat.
I love that.
That was new to me.
Joe's not in my home. To me, I find if you make writing a rigorous task, you're more likely to have a wall around what you're trying to write. But if you're willing to be soft, if you're willing to take that part away, things will be provided to you.
Exactly. They will come.
Whatever
is already there.
Yeah.
You'll just recognize it.
Talk to us a little bit about the personnel on this album. You executive produced it.
Yes.
You produced it with Noah Goldstein, who worked on Yeezus, as I alluded to, worked on Blonde. Dylan Wiggins is your other chief collaborator here.
Yes.
He's known for pop smashes with SZA, now Justin Bieber. Why were these the right guys to build your team around? And then how did the stable expand from there?
They are the people that I have most fun in the studio with. They're the people that I love hanging out with. You know, that we spend time together and we are always laughing. We actually need to like tell ourselves, okay, let's focus and let's just let's make music. You know? Yes. And I think that they are so great at their job that as a producer, they push me, they motivate me to throw my best ideas, you know, to produce. I think sometimes it's a collective effort. And yeah, in the best scenario, I think it's a collective effort. You can produce by yourself, but it's not as fun. You can produce by yourself, but maybe you won't have that angle that could change the song and that could take the song in a direction that you wouldn't have thought, but just by yourself. So I think that it's very rewarding and fun to just throw ideas, bounce ideas, have someone that you can just communicate and that they're going to throw their best ideas because they also want to, you know, be a great producer. And you as a producer, I think it's the best way when you just want to like share with others.
How does it go from the three of you in the room to the London Symphony Orchestra? There's a great moment on the album where you sort of break the fourth wall for a second and you say like, that's the energy. Like it's going to sound like that.
That's going to be the energy. And then... So Noah basically said, we need to put that at the end of the song. And I said, no, I don't want to have myself saying. And he was, yes, you should be there because you said that. And that's the spirit and that's what you wanted to achieve. And we should put that. And I'm like, okay.
So like take us to that moment. Like you're in the room explaining to whom?
Basically it took forever to write this music, to arrange this music. Caroline Shaw also, she arranged in some songs. She did such an amazing job. Also an artist that I love so much from Barcelona. Like different people helped arrange. Then we were ready to record. We recorded with the London Symphony Orchestra. And then we produced. And we kind of like arranged and wrote with the idea of how we wanted it to sound and how we wanted it to be produced at the end. But still, once you have everything recorded, you kind of like rethink things.
And then you can chop stuff up and move stuff around and re-record and...
Yes, you alterate, you manipulate those recordings and those instruments and hopefully para el bien del proyecto y la visión final. And that's what happened. It was a long process. And we would have somebody who helped also talk with the orchestra because there's very specific terminología for talking to such a big number of...
Huge number of classical musicians.
Yes, so you have to, and you have a very limited amount of time, yes. And it's extremely, you know, like, como que tiene mucho valor, recording in a certain spaces with musicians, you need to really be so intentional and know what you're doing. So we had someone who helped translate and we would be saying, we want pianissimo, we want it even more, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. And it was a very fun process, very different than I've ever done.
Also very, I imagine, quite expensive over time.
Yeah, it was a risk.
How much over budget did you go? And are you spending your own money to get this done?
Or is this label?
At a label, at a certain point, the money runs out, no?
You guys, I'm just going to say that we are so out of budget. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. It needs to be said.
Yes.
Yes.
But you're at peace.
So out of budget.
You're at peace.
Me, I'm in peace.
Yeah, you're good.
Me, I'm good because I'm happy that I'm in peace that the vision is there. But my team might not.
Yeah.
My team might be not so in peace.
There's someone with a spreadsheet.
My mom might be freaking out a little bit.
But someone with a spreadsheet is just like, no, it shouldn't be.
Oh, yeah.
This number shouldn't
And imagine
be
if
bigger
this
than
happened,
number.
if this happened for the album, and imagine for the tour.
I was going to say, do you have
Good
plans on how you put this on the road? Basically a full musical, a full opera, and a full pop concert all together?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen.
Well, the Motomami tour was, the a high degree of difficulty.
But it was like a minimalist
But
project.
fairly
This
minimal.
is like a
Minimal, but still very tight.
Yeah, for sure.
Very
for sure.
careful.
This is a maximalist project.
Yeah.
It's like a brutalist intention in it, while in Motomami was not. It was more minimalist, different.
We've spoken a lot about your new album because that's why you're here. But I wonder if you could talk a little bit about your journey to this point, like how you became the international pop singer who was allowed to go this far over budget to make an album with the London Symphony Orchestra.
That actually should be your bio. I'm allowed to go over budget.
Yeah, like
look at the camera.
If you want a Rosalía album,
you got to pay for it. Yeah,
he said it.
But it wasn't, and you've always done a lot with a little El Mar Querer. Your breakthrough album was a school project. In some ways, but a very elaborate one. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about your upbringing in Spain and your path through music school and how you transitioned from classical training to the pop world.
Well, I don't even know how I transitioned because it just happened. Mm-hmm. But I started as a student. I'm still a student. I tried to learn music since I was very young. If I don't remember wrong, I started learning guitar when I was 9 years old. And then when I was 13, I started studying more like flamenco, más cante flamenco. I've tried to study piano and guitar just so I can write with more freedom. But I think that, freedom, it's been always the most important for me. And Camarón, which has been a big reference for me. He was known for, not speak that much, but when he would speak, his words would be gold.
¿Por qué mezclas todos esos instrumentos, Camarón?
Bueno, mezclo esos instrumentos porque creo que el flamenco puro ya lo llevo yo dentro.
And apparently he would say that he would differentiate a lot pure flamenco than pop flamenco. Yeah. And he would say that if he thought that pure flamenco puro was inside him. Mm-hmm. And if it was inside him, he couldn't get rid of that. That was in him. And why, if the possibility of making other projects, doing other things, if this possibility existed for him, why would he not do it?
Because the purity remains within him.
Because the purity was in him. And I like this idea of freedom. Freedom is my obsession in life, I think. And I like this idea of freedom that maybe freedom is not being able to do something. Maybe freedom is not and stop you from doing something. Maybe it's to stop doing something for a while, something that you know how to do. Yeah. You just stop doing that.
You described yourself as rebellious earlier.
I am.
But I wonder, in part, when you're studying flamenco as a young person and engaging with these greats and listening and hearing their philosophies, flamenco can be a very purist place, a very rule-bound space. Were you naturally rebellious before you encountered the rules of flamenco, or did the rules of flamenco unearth your rebelliousness?
I think I am rebellious even before learning that word.
Yeah, okay.
Even before learning what it means to be rebellious. Like, I think that that's just my nature. Mm-hmm. I think that when I would be in el conservatorio, in college, studying music, studying classical flamenco, then I would be listening to music that had nothing to do with el conservatorio and be listening to more reggaeton and rap music than I could, like so much, because that was the opposite of what I was exposed to, and because that was the opposite of what I was supposed to be studying. Mm-hmm. So I think that I always like just juxtaposition. I always want what's the other thing, the thing that I'm not supposed to be doing. Kind of.
Do you remember the first time you hit a wall and somebody said, no, you can't do that. We don't do that here, musically?
I remember that, for example, my master, my flamenco master, when I was showing him what I wanted to do with the first album with Los Angeles. I remember that he was kind of like sharing his opinion in, but why you don't do more of a traditional album?
Right.
And then you do
Then you
the
do really one.
other ones, you know, start there, start doing that. And I was like, damn, but I've been studying this for 10 years and the way I will do it, it's not how it was done 100 years ago. I kind of feel like doing it a little bit different, if that makes sense. Because, damn, now I know that Morente exists and Omega was done, you know, or La Leyenda del Tiempo exists and Camarón did that and Paco exists and all these people, they've done other things. So I don't know if I feel as comfortable and making it in a way as if I didn't know that this existed before.
Sure, you can't trace an old style when you know that art has evolved.
I feel so grateful for all the people that is purista and that they are más ortodoxos and that they actually want to like preserve flamenco. Thank God. Because then that's how I was able to learn this music. That's how I could study this style.
And you need something to rebel against.
But it's more, for me, it's more about I've learned so much and I still learn from that. And that's the reference. That's a reference you should never forget about. Yeah. But at the same time, I cannot ignore the desire that I have in my heart, which is try to explore how other ways exist, how other ways of doing things.
My question really in the last 3 or 4 years as I've watched your career has been about temptation.
I like that. Wait, what
This
do you
is,
mean?
I think that the world was being presented to you as a world of opportunity. Sometimes people would ask me what I thought of your music or your career, and they would say something to the effect of like, oh, is she going to be a Beyonce? Is she going to be a Rihanna? And I said, no, she's going to be a Björk, which we knew that years ago.
No, she's going to be a Rosalía.
She's going to be a Rosalía, of course. But
in the tradition of...
But I imagine,
I feel you.
But of course. But
I feel you so much.
There's, I imagine there's a tremendous amount of pressure from people who would like to see you take on something less personal, less challenging, and say you are one of the few stars who could effortlessly become whatever that prior idea of a pop star was. And what I've seen you do, I feel from a distance, is make choices where you reject that and you walk away from that. Or you dip your toe and say, hey, I did one.
Yeah, Con Altura exists. It has 1 billion views, like, whatever it is.
Llevo camarones la guantera. La hago pa' mi gente y lo hago a mi manera. Flores azules y quilates.
But that, depending on the context, could be considered as a rebellion from, an academic environment, and you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on what's the reference and the context.
Be pinned down. Like you do want to make pop smashes sometimes, but on
it's
your
not that
terms.
I want to, but it's like
you don't want to.
How do? No, it's more like does God want to?
Right.
I don't think that's something that you choose.
Those temptation? But again, temptation, I wonder, it's like, are people throwing collaborators at you, producers, right?
I think that at this point, nobody tries to throw anything.
Everyone, Max Martin is like, never mind.
I think they gave up.
Okay.
I have a theory about this. As we were thinking,
but I'm so passionate about music in general. Like I just want to do whatever I'm feeling like doing in each moment, and I have the freedom. And I think that everybody who knows me knows that's all I care about. So, just the freedom,
I think I was asking you sort of like, how do you get away with this? How are you allowed to do this? I know, but I
have a
theory that I want to present.
I'm God's favorite in terms of that because he allowed me to be able to always be doing whatever project I want to be doing.
I think in part.
What's your theory?
Yes,
okay, you tell me. Tell me if this
I want to know what the theory is.
Yeah.
I think because you are a pop star in public and in presentation, you are allowed even more freedom in your music. You are good at playing the game. You are in a Calvin Klein commercial. You are posting outfits on Instagram. We'll talk about the Lady Gaga t-shirt. You're out there hanging with the Kardashians.
You're in the WAP video.
Yeah.
In the WAP video? Yeah.
You're literally in the Cardi B and Megan Thee
Yeah.
Stallion WAP video. Like,
Absolutely.
You give candy. You know what I mean? Like, and you also give vegetables. Do you?
I don't view those as the side. This is not
I
a
like it
vegetable
though. I like where
album.
it's going.
Okay.
But I'm
I
saying,
like vegetables and I like candy. We like both.
no shots of vegetables.
No.
I'm sorry. That's my
That's you. Yeah. That's your bias.
Vegetables. My bad.
That's
My
John's bias. Vegetables can be delicious when prepared properly.
You tell me
Yes.
if you say so.
Yes.
you-
Okay,
We'll
great.
cook for you and you will like them. I love
Let's
cooking.
go.
That's my favorite
Phenomenal.
thing.
That should be our snack
Do you
segment.
consciously play the game in extra musical arenas in order to
Have free.
hoard cachet in the studio?
It's all to me about fun. It's all about fun. So am I presented the possibility of being in the WAP video? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Or, I think that my sister, she says, then I don't know if I agree. I disagree, I think, but she says that my music is not pop. But she says that I am.
That's what I'm saying. That's the theory that I was
interesting.
saying.
I disagree
Why?
because I want to think that my music is pop. It's just another way of making pop because there has to exist another way of making pop. Björk proved it. Kate Bush proved it.
Yeah.
There has to exist other ways of making pop music, and I need to think that what I'm doing is pop, because otherwise I don't think then that I am succeeding. What I want is to do music that hopefully a lot of people can enjoy.
Always.
That's my desire.
In your mind,
That's my
this
desire.
album, Lux, is as pop as Motomami.
Yes,
Even though the component parts
100%.
totally different, the structure is different.
Yes, because the codes are
tone,
different.
The vertical versus the horizontal, totally different.
Yes,
Nevertheless, still pop, as pop.
100%.
Mhm.
It's just different codes.
Mhm.
Motomami was more about music that you can dance to and more celebrative in that sense. Maybe Lux is a little bit more introspectivo and more about ballads and it has another energy. Still, to me, as pop. That's my point of view.
Mhm.
And you engage, as we've alluded to repeatedly, with the pop world directly as well. You do fashion. You're here for
I
Fashion
love
Week,
fashion.
I assume. You've done some acting. You appeared in a Almodovar movie.
Because I love Almodovar. So everything I do is because I'm a fan.
Right.
And he has a lot of fans who don't end up in the movie.
That's
Just for
true.
correct, just
That's
for
true.
clarity.
But he
Singing
knew that I was a
alongside
Chica
Penelope.
Almodovar.
Yeah,
There was
of
some,
course.
potential of Chica
Obviously.
Almodovar there.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were destined to end up one of Pedro's women,
Claro. Although I thought that I was not going to look like una campesina, a woman who works in the fields. I thought that I was going to look more like Buika with, like the
Right.
snatched dress
Yeah,
and,
no.
the mic and
No, you were doing
the glam.
you were doing laundry in the river.
Yeah, I was doing laundry in the river. But still,
Still in it.
Almodovar,
Still in it.
which I love.
And you have a role on the new season of Euphoria.
Yes.
How has that experience been filming?
Bien.
For that? Much anticipated, much hyped.
That's another
Third season.
Yeah, for example, so you might think, oh, that's a pop moment or whatever.
Right.
To me, it's like, oh, this is a new environment. This is a new thing. How can I do this and still be a good performer? Because being a performer on stage is very different than being a performer acting in a something like that and being putting myself in service of Sam's vision. I love being the director. I'm the director in my own projects. I'm the director always in everything. So I'm like, oh, this is different.
Yeah, what is it like to work for another auteur, basically?
Because I love the people. I choose very don't do so many things. But what I do because I really want to do it and I really admire that person's vision.
I mean, I think both Almodovar and Sam Levinson could be considered avant-garde pop artists.
Absolutely. I agree completely. And I was like, okay, if I'm gonna shoot while I'm making this album, which is extremely challenging because studying the lines And I was like, how many times do I have to study this line to not forget it then on set?
Yeah.
How many times do I have to repeat this shit? Like I'm
While
like,
also learning Ukrainian.
yes, thank you. I was like, this is a lot. I was like almost about to have a mental breakdown or just a breakdown. It was a lot, but I was like, okay, mira, Rosalía, if somebody can do it, that's you. And I would repeat that to myself. If somebody can do it, that's you. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then I just figured it out and didn't forget the lines that often, thank God. And
Well, he also likes to change lines on the spot, right?
also, yeah, of course. No, there would be like the improvisation aspect of it, which is like, I think it's the most fun. That's what I like the most, actually. Just be thrown in somewhere and be like, just make up something.
Are you allowed to describe your character at all?
I don't think so.
Fair enough. Had to ask.
Oh, but I don't know. I would love to. I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
I'll be back
Bring
and
the
we'll
whole cast.
discuss about.
Bring Sam. We'd love to have
Yes.
Mr. Levinson.
He's
on
also
the cast.
he's amazing. I love conversating with him.
Convince him to do press.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't.
I'll do my best, but he heard the album. He was one of the first people that I wanted to play the album
Us
for.
and Sam.
How did he react?
Yeah.
He reacted in the most beautiful way. In the most beautiful way. Like, he kind of like, he was, I don't know if I can say this. Please, Sam, forgive me if I couldn't explain this, but he was in tears. And that was, to me, that meant so much, because I was like, I admire his vision so much. I admire him as an artist so much. And the fact that he felt it, or Alexa, I played for Alexa too, and she's a very close friend. And she also had the same reaction. And I was like, okay, this might mean I'm in the right path. This might mean that maybe we're doing it. We're doing what we are supposed to be doing.
Do you remember the last time you said yes to something that felt right, but in the doing?
The last time I said
not?
yes, it was to you guys.
Big test.
And then sitting here,
Yeah,
she's like,
jeez. All right,
Wish I would have said no.
Wrong
No.
decision. My gut led me astray onto this couch.
No.
Are there moments that you remember in your career where you said, you know what, that sounds amazing. I'll be there. You'll be here.
If
And
I say
then
I will
in
be
the
there,
end-
I will be there. If I say I won't be there, I won't be there. And because that's like such a strong rule for me, I'm like very careful when I say yes.
Yeah.
I don't say yes that often because I really take it seriously. I have word. There's so many things that I would be like, nah. And that I would say maybe it's easier to say what I actually do like. Because I'm very picky. All my friends, they always say, you never like anything. And it's like, it's not that. It's just that I really need things to be authentic for me. Or I'm very sensitive also. And I'm like, oh, when I try something, when I try food, I just, music too, with movies too, with in general, with anything, I might be maybe even too sensitive. And so anything that don't feel right, it's just pure feeling. I might just say, you know what, nah. Except a couple times in my life where things didn't work how I wanted, and that's another story.
Well, haven't we all had that?
That's another story.
Yeah.
How did your relationship with Björk develop, and what have you taken from it?
Well, she is my favorite woman as an artist. And I remember I think we met through Pablo El Guincho. I think
Your
we
former
met.
producer.
Yeah, we've worked for years. Now in this album, we haven't seen each other.
Yeah, he's not on this project.
It's just that there's two songs that were from the past and that we've worked together to write, which was De Madrugada and La Rumba del Perdón.
Te los perdono. Toditos te los perdono. Toditos te los perdono. Toditos te los perdono.
So those two are from long ago, years ago, maybe 6 years ago or something. But Pablo and I, we are not working currently together except for those pieces. And with Björk, I remember that I met her through him and we went have food together, some tapas in Barcelona. And I thought that she was like the most fascinating human I've ever met because her train of process, her train of thought was so different than I've ever seen before. Like the way she would connect things was so extraordinary to me. It was almost hard for me, and my English was much worse, as you know, because we spoke.
It's always been pretty good.
No. But in
you
that
have a
moment,
gift
that was
for
really
language,
bad.
as discussed.
Well,
not everyone can learn another language.
Is it time to start talking in Ukrainian?
Is it time to start in Italian now? Grazie, prego. No, pero mira, with Björk it was just an instant crush of like admiration, and I love her as a musician. And from there, we stayed in contact. We find each other. We've seen each other in maybe a Coachella. I went to see her, and then we would hang a little bit or things like that. We stayed in touch, texting. Yeah.
And when did you know it was finally time to shoot your shot to collaborate?
I sent it saying, I would love you to be a part of this. Yes. And it was Berghain. And then she asked what it is about. I sent the lyrics. I sent what I was thinking when I was writing this. And she said that she felt like, excited, that it was exciting and that she was going to try some stuff. And then she sent the most amazing melody and lines, which it was what she was singing and what she was saying. And I thought that it was perfect. It was all that song needed.
The only way to save us is through divine intervention.
And it was meant to be like this, where she was part of this song like that. And so basically she's just have been so supportive. I love her and I learn so much from her. Every time I listen to her, there's always something new I learn, either from her as a person or her as a musician.
Has she given you explicit advice about how to exist in this space between?
I think she's not like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think
she only speaks in koans and haiku.
I think she's so effortlessly poetic that she will always just like say things that, share thoughts and feelings, and you'll understand however you're gonna understand it.
Do you have an impression?
Hell no.
Not on camera.
No.
What about in private? What
Just
about
in case.
In
Not
even?
But
when we cut the cameras, you're going to do your Björk impression.
You guys.
I'm simply saying.
No, that accent is hard to do for me.
Yeah.
So you've tried.
I've tried though.
No Icelandic on this album.
No Icelandic in this album.
Next time.
Yes, maybe next time.
I wonder about, Björk, an obvious touchstone, an obvious lodestar. Flamenco has this concept, I don't want to mispronounce the word, the Duende, like this sort of,
Duende.
like the passion, the kind of the emotional intensity. Are there people in the pop world who you think embody that same physicality and philosophy of performance? I wonder who you resonate with.
I love this question. I never thought about this question. I think that Duende, there's something so ethereal and divine about El Duende. El Duende is something that visits you. It's something that comes to you, right? It's something that you can
channel.
It's something that you channel if you are lucky to be able to channel. And maybe it happens a couple times in your life, or never, or maybe one time. So that's something that it's hard to describe. Lorca would describe it much better than I do. And yes, I think there's something about that maybe each person has to say when they have felt it. It's a very personal
So it's
experience.
not something that you experience in another person. It's a thing you experience it within themselves.
You can maybe say, I think she has Duende.
Right.
Or I think that tonight she had Duende. So it's more when you are inspired. It's the inspiration, the maybe the highest form of inspiration. And then if you ask in the pop spectrum, who has that? I think that everybody who's in pop, they have to have some artistry and some truth in them.
Who do you have the goggles for? Who do you look at and say that person is experiencing the same?
I mean, it's absurd to deny all of them might have moments. It's because it's moments. It's about moments.
It's a very political
El
answer.
Duende, it's about moments.
political answer.
I love Lady Gaga.
There, we want to talk about the shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Why that shirt now?
I love Gaga, but I also love Beyonce. She has such an amazing performances. Love Beyonce, love Rihanna. I don't know. There's so many people. I love Nick Cave.
Yeah.
He has
you
Duende
go.
for ages.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's very
Long-term
personal.
Duende.
Long-term Duende.
aged
But what do we
Duende.
consider pop? It's like that.
Right.
That's what you.
The broadest
you know?
possible umbrella in this room. It's all pop.
Yeah, no, this is, we are a,
Everybody has moments of Duende. That's what I'm trying to say.
Especially if they make it to a certain level. Like you're saying, like
Yes, and
to get there without it is
it's impossible. I think it's impossible. You might have better days. You might have better projects,
Sure.
or that you think that are more connected or less, depending on your personal opinion.
Sure.
So who am I to say, who has more Duende or less?
hop up at the bed, turn my Duende on.
yeah. There you go.
Is that's we're doing that? Okay. Duly noted. Tomorrow morning,
Duende.
we're doing that.
Yes,
Yeah. You want to play a
No,
couple?
no.
absolutely. How do I do? I
All
just
right.
choose
So
one.
for the Popcast lightning round, full deck of cards, 52 cards correspond to 52 pre-written questions. You will pluck a card and we will read you the question.
I love games. Yes.
This is good.
Some of them are
Cheers.
deep, some of them are shallow.
Yes.
The last time we did this with someone, they only picked the most traumatic questions. It
Oh
was
my
very-
goodness.
But
Okay, I will say the truth and nothing but the truth.
That's
There you
great.
go.
No, we
Let's do
appreciate
it.
that. It
Let's
was
do
very
it.
draining in a way, but good. We got somewhere.
I start with this.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Okay, 3 of spades. I'm curious about.
What is it? I know I'm
it's
getting
not
nervous.
hearts, it's spades. Yeah.
Spades.
What's spades?
Spades.
Spades. I don't know. It's
You
a
say?
spade.
Would you have a word
I
for
hope it's
spades? in
corazón.
Spanish?
Yeah,
Okay, no.
spades. Yeah.
3 of spades. What do you do when you get lonely? And
Of course, I get these
and
questions.
maybe the second question next to that is, do you allow yourself to get lonely?
Loneliness is my lesson in this life.
Mm.
I struggle so much with feeling lonely. I really don't like loneliness.
Mm.
I'm a very social person.
Mhm.
I like to be surrounded by my friends. I like to be surrounded by my family. I love having a significant other
Yeah.
and sharing with a significant other. I love affection. I think that I always need to believe that there's a possibility of have faith in love.
Yeah.
And
You're a romantic
yes, so much, too much. And then
and a serial monogamist who's a romantic. It's
and then
tough. It can be a tough combination.
so tough, because then I'm like, okay, paradójicamente, I always find myself having to be en el extranjero, having to be in a country that is not where I come from, in order to do my job, in order to collaborate with the collaborators that I love to work with, in order to, pursue this path. And then I'm so far from my family, I'm far from my friends. I always have to isolate myself so much in order to go through creative process. Even with partners, it's hard to balance. How can I give them, because I'm very much like giving and
Of course.
committed, and then how can I
Protect
give
yourself.
so
Give
much and
yourself-
still
hold something for you.
and still give so much to this other thing, which is projects and music and art, which is so jealous and demanding. So I think that loneliness is something I really struggle, but it's a learning process.
Mhm.
And when I feel lonely, I put Nina Simone,
Mhm.
and I get on a bathtub and I do that, or I eat ice cream, or I call my sister, or I go for a walk, or I watch a movie. Those are my only things that actually work. Otherwise, I haven't found anything that really helps with loneliness. And if anybody has
We'd like to know.
some tips, please let me know.
Yeah, put them in the comments.
We'd like to know. Yeah.
Yes, comment below. Treble.
Ace of clubs. Okay, this is a good one. Ace of clubs. Besides what you do for a living, what are you good at? What are you very good at doing from a skill level?
So many things.
Yeah, good. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Tell the people.
A ver, I'm good at running.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a good runner.
Distance or speed?
Speed.
Yeah,
Bad resistance. Really good speed.
okay.
I'm good at cooking.
Yeah.
I'm good at having trouble sleeping.
That's real. That's its own skill.
If I hear any sound, it don't matter how small it is, it will interrupt the sueño, and it will be a disaster. Which, by the way, how funny it is. Like, God works in mysterious ways. This night, I've been in New York for an entire week and a half.
Yeah.
So happy, so comfortable in this apartment. Today, I was like, okay, it's important for me to be rested because I'm going to come to this interview. It's the first interview I'm doing for this project, and it's in English.
Yes.
So I better be, focused and sharp.
No sleep.
4 a.m., 4 in the morning, the fire alarm goes off.
In the whole building?
Goes off. No,
Just
in my
in-
apartment.
Just your apartment.
Yes, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I couldn't sleep after.
So you've been up since 4?
I'm really bad at...
You've really been up since 4?
No.
Okay.
I could sleep a couple more hours after. I'm really bad. I'm going to talk about things that I'm bad at because maybe there's more, okay, than in the other
No,
thing.
I thought you were doing great
And then-
at saying what you were good
And then you
at.
flipped it.
Yeah, you flipped it.
Of course,
in
of
all
course.
this modesty.
My therapist might not be
Do
proud of this.
No. No modesty on this set.
The thing is, I'm really bad at technology. I'm very much like, I want things to just
To work.
be intuitively easy, and technology sometimes is not like that. And I just was trying to figure out how to like unplug this.
Sure.
And I was about to, if I couldn't sort it in 30 seconds, I was about to like cut
the wire,
yes.
Yeah.
But thank God I was patient. I was teaching me patience. I was like, okay, God, this is just teaching me patience. I know, I understand. Let me just unplug the this and that. And I figured it out, and I could continue sleeping. I'm bad at technology.
That is a wild answer to what are you good at?
Thank you.
You sure you don't want to say
Thank
one or
you.
two more things that you're good at?
I'm really good at cooking.
Okay.
You keep coming
Great.
back to
You keep-
this.
you- this
What's
is
your best
what's
dish
your
right now?
Like, what are we eating?
I really like to cook amatriciana.
Yeah, great.
There's this
Little bacon.
this lover who taught me how to cook good amatriciana, and I'm so grateful for that.
Sometimes that's what a lover leaves you with.
A recipe.
A recipe and not much more.
That was what it has to be given.
It's worth underscoring that throughout the album, like there's a villain on this album.
A villain?
I feel like there's a character, there's a villain on this album.
The Pearl.
The Pearl, this is what
There's
I'm
always
saying.
a villain. There's always a villain.
Ain't that the truth?
There's too many villains.
But you vanquished the villain. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. Once after the Pearl, the villain is no longer.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
The
to the
You
villain.
had a good run.
The
You
faith
did
in
great.
masculinity is lost.
Nación local, rompe corazones nacional, un terrorista emocional, el mayor desastre mundial. Es una perla, nadie se fía. Es una perla, una de mucho cuidado.
That's what we will say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you're surrounding yourself
many
with
villains.
female saints.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's your army.
Celibacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, pull another card.
A ver, ¿qué más? 5
Five of
de
clubs.
trebles.
Five of clubs. Okay, a simple one.
A ver.
No, this is good.
Yeah,
This is good.
Softening it up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's midnight.
Yes.
You're hungry.
Yes.
You go to the gas station or the bodega, the corner store.
Okay.
What are we getting?
A ver.
See, okay, yeah.
I like to cook.
Oh, so you are.
So I will make myself something.
won't
So you're
go
getting,
out.
but you're getting ingredients then. So you're in the bodega. What are you pulling
Yes,
off
I'm
the
getting
shelf to make?
ingredients. I'm getting some. Okay, my favorite thing to cook. It takes too long to cook, but it's a Nigerian dish, which is egusi soup and fufu. Wow. And which, by the way, is a type of dish that it takes more than one person because you have to check it over and over and over and
And you're not getting those
stir
ingredients at the
and-
bodega also.
And also it's hard to get those ingredients, exactly. But if I have to, I love cherries. I love fruit. I love cherries. I will eat cherries. I will eat some bag of popcorn. I
I was
really
gonna
like
say no
popcorn.
junk food. There's no candy
I'm
bars.
trying
no-
not to.
Okay, but before you were trying not to. What about when
Ice
you were
cream.
trying to?
Love ice cream and
okay.
chocolate. Anything that it has to do with Nutella, ice cream, chocolate.
But if you're in
Love.
say you're in the New York bodega,
Yes.
the ice cream selection limited but exists. What are you grabbing?
We're getting something that is milky.
Okay.
We're getting some vanilla-ish, put some olive oil in it and salt, type of whatever.
You're dressing everything up. Yeah. We're trying to pull you down, and you're just elevating.
No,
Just elevating us.
it's just I like Kinder Bueno.
Okay, Kinder Bueno.
Kinder
That's a good one.
Buenos, I like Nutella, but I just try to not eat it too much because otherwise, all the effort that I put in the gym,
Well,
it's se va a la mierda.
we are going to eat a snack here, but first you're going to pull one more card, and then we'll eat some
Then we're
junk
going to
food.
ruin your gym
Yes.
time.
All right, from the top.
Ace of Spades. Damn.
Oh,
What's going on
Ace
with
of
this?
Spades.
Ace of
That's
Spades.
the
This is a
one.
pretty good poker hand.
That's
we
the
have
one.
here.
Oh, tengo ases.
Oh, wow.
Tengo
Okay,
unas
we're
de la
back.
manga.
We're back serious again. I'm so sorry.
Of course. It's my karma.
So sorry.
I mean, you could play this one off if you'd like.
Okay.
No, don't no shit.
I'm
Don't
just
say
mean it's
that.
possible.
You can't tell the
It's
guests.
possible. You could give a
Unbelievable.
humorous answer to this question.
Unbelievable.
Oh, let's see.
I would
see.
prefer you did not give a humorous answer.
Okay. I think my humor, the more I know someone, the more I share it. So I think that people in general, they don't know my sense of humor that much because I think it takes me a second.
So that's the more intimacy, more funny.
Yes.
Okay, so then be hilarious.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I feel the pressure already.
What did your parents not teach you that you wish that they had? Yeah.
Let's go for the serious answer.
Okay.
Let's go for the serious answer. The serious answer is to celebrate. To celebrate more.
Really?
Yes, to celebrate more.
That wasn't encouraged.
Just more celebration.
It wasn't encouraged in your house?
It was like if there was a success in the household, it was keep it moving on to the next one.
I think there was a lot of you can always push,
Do better.
do better type of thing, which I think that then that's why I'm always like, we want the excellence.
Yeah, sure.
We're looking for the excellence. And then that made me be the musician I am. But I think that sometimes you don't need to do a triple salto mortal in order to know that you're doing great, sweetie.
Sure. Okay.
You know?
Very powerful. Very relatable and very powerful.
That's what I think. Ooh,
It
the
is
snack
snack
time. All right.
Every episode of
Yup,
Popcast,
yup.
we conclude with a snack. You picked
love
two.
this.
You picked two snacks.
Not one, two.
No, yeah, you
That's
picked
because I
two.
don't allow myself to eat so many
Well,
because of the
now's-
gym process.
Yes,
Right.
well,
The
But
gym
because I'm
process.
here-
We don't know about that process.
First of all,
Yes,
we're all
guys,
snacks
I
here.
need you to be my gym bros in here.
yeah.
Come
Anytime
on.
that you need
Let's
to eat
go.
a snack, you're free to come back.
Thank
we
you,
will
I love
always
that.
have the pantry full.
Yes.
So you walked in and you selected.
Of
I
course,
have no
something
idea.
being
I bought
red.
that
This
when
is
I
a
was in
strawberry
Korea.
flavored
I bought that
Korean
maybe 3
puff.
months ago when I was in Korea, I think.
Ooh.
It looks like a Cheeto puff, but strawberry flavored.
Strawberry.
You
So
were
excited.
immediately drawn to this face.
That guy.
No, I think that what I was immediately drawn to, it's the color red.
Okay.
The more primary
Yes.
color, of course.
Wait, I
And you
wanna look
also
it up specifically.
Picked a Nestle Milky Bar
Ah.
Raspberry Ripple ice cream
Milky.
flavored
Milky.
bite. This is what you
I
said,
bought
milky.
that in
Yes.
that's British, right?
Yes.
I bought that in London
That's
last
British?
month.
This one is
Yeah, I bought
English.
that in London.
This one I believe is
When we
Korean.
travel now, we bring the
love-
candy back.
I love that.
Yeah, we do that.
Yes, thank
it's-
you for doing that.
Wait, Joe, hold up the bag real quick because I want to get the translation. on
Who's the
this.
one who steals the snacks the most?
Oh, like from here?
Yes.
We only eat the not rare ones because we need to save the rare ones for the show.
Oh,
but
wait.
if there's like
That's very considerate.
you
Wait,
know,
can I
if
actually
there's like
just-
a Dorito, I'm like I can replace these, so I'll just eat them.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I actually add one layer of context?
Yes,
to This
please.
one. This image shows a bag of Nongshim strawberry banana flavored snacks.
Oh, right. This guy's a banana.
That's
I see.
insane.
A variation of their popular banana kick snack.
A banana
That's what
kick
AI
snack.
says.
That's crazy.
So it could be wrong.
So it could be wrong.
It
but
could go
there's-
really wrong.
The guy on
Could
the
go
cover
really
is
bad.
a banana. He's a banana.
Oh
in a
yeah.
hat.
It smells like
I didn't really like a banana though.
I do too. No,
it
no,
smells
no,
like
this is great. Right up my alley. I'm very excited.
Captain Crunch berries, like the fruity
Oh, the crunch
Captain.
berry joints. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the smell.
Okay, a ver.
Grab a couple and pass them on.
Very
smell
potent.
first.
Or like strawberry milk,
yeah.
Nestle strawberry milk syrup.
But
you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this tastes like
Oh wow.
this smells like it's gonna be a
It's a
dessert.
Cheeto puff, but it's
Oh
sweet.
my god, the smell is so sweet.
Tastes like sugar cereal.
They're beautiful.
It does.
First of all, this is
So
a beautiful looking
agree.
bag.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think it's really good for a strawberry banana.
I like it.
Oh my!
I like it.
Oh, these go crazy.
I like it.
You love it?
Oh, no, you better.
10 out of 10.
I'm ready to demolish this whole bag.
Ten
We're
out
gonna
of
fight
10.
over the
Have a
bag.
couple, you have a couple more?
This is good.
Sorry.
What I get?
Apologies to your trainer.
It's okay. I don't have a trainer.
Apologies to you. In that case, you produce your own gym routine as well.
Self-driven.
Yes.
These are
I don't want a man yelling at me.
Could be a woman.
Yes, but no. Not a trainer. I would prefer a woman, of course.
Sure.
But the trainers that I had for some reason were men. And I just didn't like them telling me what to do.
We've got that. We get the idea.
You know?
Okay, so these are like, I think these probably pair well. Similar color, a similar
go crazy.
flavor
Yeah,
profile.
this is really
These are
good.
like
This
pink
is
and
really
white wafers. It's a little bit like communion.
Communion.
This is
This,
a communion wafer. Phenomenal.
but not.
Very much on theme, don't you think?
Yeah, very much on theme.
Let's see. This is very
Almost
cute,
the
the color.
exact same flavor.
I
Chocolate.
love the color.
It's like
It is
called-
chocolatey.
Is it the
white
same
chocolate?
flavor?
Very similar. Milky strawberry.
Raspberry
it's
ripple
raspberry.
ice cream.
Mmm.
But it's
I like it.
but this is
I would like it more
Mm.
if it had more of a flavor of like chocolate.
A little bit of a chocolate.
I
in there
love
as well.
I mean, you get the
chocolate
white
with milk.
chocolate, the white
Little white
chocolate.
I don't like milk chocolate, white
You
chocolate.
don't like white chocolate.
No, we like-
only
we like-
milk or dark.
Yeah.
You know, white chocolate, not actually.
I
related
know,
to
but
chocolate.
I enjoy it as a flavor profile.
No chocolate.
I want cacao.
I agree. I like
want
white chocolate.
cacao.
You like the 80%.
62. 80.
Sorry.
80. It's crazy.
No, I usually eat 85.
Oh, there you go.
I like this better. But I,
mean,
like this.
This is
This better.
All right,
Okay.
let's start with the raspberry.
Are we rating it?
Out of 10.
Love. This is a 6.5.
Okay.
This is a 9.
Wow. The
For
puffs get a
someone-
9.
Yeah, I don't like when these things are not salty.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to say that it's a 9, it's a lot. What do you
It is
think?
it's an original combination to have it be both sweet and a Cheeto.
Yes,
basically.
yes. It's unexpected.
So here's the thing with this. I don't mind white chocolate. I like the size of this. It's not overwhelming.
Interesting.
You can have one or two. Like, so much of candy is about how it feels and like when you put it in your mouth and is it effortful?
Yes.
This doesn't feel effortful. It's easy. It's small. It's direct. You know what I'm saying?
This is giving like crítica,
This is what I do. It's literally
culinaria.
this is my life's
Like,
work.
wow. No, I'm like, no,
My
wait.
life's
Okay,
work.
let me say that I love the color and the
Yeah,
texture and the
Join me over here.
fade in the.
Joe?
Yeah, that was amazing.
So, but to me, it's the flavor doesn't have a lot of nuance in it.
Agree.
It's too sweet.
It's fine. It's a 6.5.
I'm a
That's why I
5
agree.
on the wafer.
This though,
Yeah.
This is something else.
Yeah.
they really
Yeah, they killed
they're
it.
in their bag with
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
This is so I love. First of all, the thing with puffy snacks often they're not consistent in shape, but I like how elegant and consistent this looks when you're looking. Like you put
In
these
the
in a
bag.
bowl,
Yeah.
these are gonna look
Oh yeah.
amazing.
Good
in a
Yes.
bowl.
good party
Good party
snack.
Good party snack, yes.
Conversation starter.
Surprising.
Yeah.
There's when you have a puffy snack like this and you put it in your mouth, it becomes dusty. This does not become dusty. It becomes a little mealy, but it's not in an unpleasant way.
I'm still though missing more substance once you have cuando lo has mordido que quede más that there's more, you know.
You want there to be
A little bit
more
more
texture.
heft.
That's why I did say a 10.
Yeah.
Because for me, I want when I eat a chip, I want to have a chip in my mouth, not that
Yeah.
it
Disappears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys taste the banana?
No.
Or is that just an invention?
It's like a hint.
I think
maybe a
psychology.
tiny
the
hint.
tiniest bit.
It's almost not existent.
I gotta be honest. I think it's a 9.5.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I'm really I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, I wasn't
really
prepared
think
either.
it's a 9.5.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
going
going
to
to
say
say
7.5 because I don't like strawberry flavor, but I like this
that's a
anyway.
9.5. She took it back
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
It's a 9.5.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Unbelievable. I'm just, man, what a high note to go out on. Incredible.
A sugar high.
A sugar high.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible episode. Hell,
Thanks for being here.
episode. Thank you to Rosalía. What a
Thanks to
joy.
you guys. Thanks to you.
Thank you for being here.
Loved.
Every episode of Popcast is at nytimes.com/Popcast. We're on YouTube at Popcast. Subscribe. We're on Instagram and TikTok at Popcast. Tap that like, tap that follow, tap in, don't tap out. Credits and links in bio. We'll be back next week.
Yes. Invite me anytime to eat more snacks, please.
Y en que perdí mis manos en Jerez,